Hello and welcome to Becky's House of Sewing, where we talk about all things thread and needle, cross stitch, quilting, embroidery, darning, all the things. Week 5 of the cough, but don't worry. Next week I anticipate little to no coughing. I don't want to commit to no coughing, but I have now been diagnosed properly with bronchitis. Yay! So antibiotics it is. Second dose so far, so good. Don't love to have to take antibiotics, but it certainly feels good to at least try and get beyond this. I'd like to enjoy 2022 at some point. Speaking of not enjoying 2022, for those of you who are not in my immediate family or circle of friends or people that I've contacted on a regular basis, like at work, and for those who are and I have not told yet, I apologize. But my mother-in-law is in the hospital. She had a stroke on Thursday. She is recovering in the normal way, but life will probably not be normal for the remainder of her life. So we are working through that. My husband's doing a great job of jumping through those hoops. But if you would lift her up in thoughts and prayers, I would appreciate it. I know my husband would as well. So that was our eventful Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday kind of deal. Let me start by showing you what's in my book. And now I'm trying not to sneeze. Oh, fight the sneeze. Okay, I think we're in the clear. Here's my book. So, I got some stitching done. We, of course, it's Wednesday, January 12th. Can you believe we're in the middle of the first month of 2022? I did literally no stitching. I was up last night doing that all night, so I did not sleep well. So I just sat like a blob, drinking non-alcoholic drinks, of course. And listening to the ladies chit-chat and solving the world's problems, which was delightful. But no stitching has commenced today. Sunday, though, I was a little workhorse. I have an SAFFO. Ron, do you know what that is? Any guesses to what an SAFFO might be? Ladies and gentlemen, that's a start and fully finished object. How could I have that done? Well, I was doing this little matchbook, guys. You know that I talked about these. I got them in little matchboxes at Stash the couple weeks ago. I got 4 of them. And I wanted to, since only one person can visit Pat at a time, my mother-in-law, and I have a cough. I have not gone to the hospital to see Pat. I was the one that found her, so I have at least got her to the hospital, and then my husband's been doing the rest. So I wanted to make something that was something that she could hold, kind of hold as like a worry kind of quilt kind of thing that she can just know that somebody was thinking about her. And I also decided to, well, I'm jumping all over the place, much like my Sunday. Anyway, let me show you my SAFFO. So I made her this little guy. This is one of the matchbook guys. Oh, sorry. There you go. Get it up a little closer. Isn't that cute? And then let me show you. That's the back of it. So how I did that is I stitched it obviously first. That's not the original stuff that came with it, because the little matchbooks are kits, so they have the needle, the thread, the fabric, and the pattern. So I originally started it on the fabric that came with it, which was blue, but the colors were a little more muted, and like where they told you to start was not accurate to the pattern, or for the pattern for the fabric, and they didn't give you enough white to finish the cloud. So I still have it. I just set it aside and did it twice. So I essentially did it 1.5 times. And what I did after I finished it is I just put a little piece of batting in the fabric, and I drew a 1/4 inch line, or found the line that I wanted to sew around, and sewed the line on my sewing machine, and then trimmed it up. And then I cut the back fabric. I cut a little slit in the back fabric and flipped it around. And then to cover the patch, I just used, instead of whip stitching it, because it's not really a pillow, it's just kind of like a mini quilt, so to speak, but I didn't do any quilting on it. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. I just used Aleene's glue and kind of glued another patch that matched the pattern. So if you go back to it here, you can kind of see where the edges where they are, but I kind of matched the pattern where I cut it out, so it didn't show up as much. So I thought I was pretty genius until I flipped it and realized I didn't put the batting in the right order. So then I had to unstitch it, and I had already cut it and was ready to flip it. So I was like, oh, please, please don't fray too much. So I carefully unpicked it, and then I put things in the right order, and then I re-sewed it, and it worked out perfect. So I'm going to claim it. I'm a genius. So Saturday, I have it in my mind to rearrange the furniture. If you are familiar with the Pellies, you know that we are genetically disposed to rearranging furniture. And I have a lovely sewing room. Eventually, my whole house will be the sewing house. But right now, I just have a sewing room. And I have a lot of stuff, which I am very grateful for. But there comes a time where I just I want to make a little more open space. I have a wonderful table to the left of me that's 30 by 60, heavy duty base table desk that I love, but it's just too big. So I don't want to get rid of the table. I think I'm just going to break it down and put it in the attic for a little bit until I'm ready to really figure out if it needs another life or if I need to let it go. It still brings me joy, so I don't want to let it go yet. But I have a cutting table that I bought eons ago. And it's one that I got at Joann's. It folds down or folds out big. And it works great for the space I have, but because of how it's supported on the bottom, the table has a little movement to it when I'm trying to cut fabric. And I really I'm at a place of my crafting career that I need a more stable surface. And quite honestly, I probably need a little bit taller. Not much taller, but an inch or two taller would be helpful. So I have big plans. I don't know if you know this. I work at the Container Store, and yes, it's the best job ever. So I'm gonna get some Metro components, and it's gonna be 24 deep by 42 wide, and I'm going to make a plyboard top to it so that I can flip it out. I can make two different tops. I can have one for an ironing board, so I'd have a nice 32 by 48 ironing station. How delightful would that be to iron a quilt and nice big pieces of fabric out. And then I'll make another top that's 32 by 48 for my cutting and work surface. And it will be on wheels like my other cutting table. So it'll be a little longer and a little narrower than the cutting table I have now. Be more stable. And I can move things around so that I can have my design wall a little more accessible. Then I have two little small personal tables that you can fold down and tuck away kind of thing. One that I'm using now like as an ironing station. Another one that's a little bit larger. And I think the little bit larger one I will use for like a triangle, like in your kitchen, like a sewing triangle. And the bigger one will have the things I want to have handy. And then I'll have my ironing station on the other side. Do a little triangle action. So I'm pleased with the idea. You just have to wait to execute it. And I think I can get it executed and then have my project for my vacation in 4 weeks. Not that I'm excited about it. And I'm hoping, oh please, please, let me be well on my vacation, unlike my last vacation. I will still, of course, probably need to be available for my mother-in-law, things that may need to happen with that. But I'm looking forward to having a few days of just sewing and playing and organizing and folding fabric and all the things. So I'm looking forward to it. So I spent Sunday kind of rifling in my head what I want my furniture, my sewing room to look like. And then instead of cleaning up, I decided to start a project. And that's where the rainbow thing came into play. Funnily enough, I dropped something, hold on. I was like, well, that's so much fun. And I had such a great day that I didn't want it to end. So it came time to like go to bed or get closer to bedtime. And I stayed up a little late because I just didn't want it to end. I was having such a great day. So I had one more matchbook after my SAFFO. I was like, let's do another one. Obviously, I wouldn't get it 100% finished. So I got another one out, but I didn't know exactly what it was, so I was intrigued. And I didn't bring the top in, but it was like, just say so or something like that. And it was like a little bird with a letter on the front of it. So I opened it up. Turns out it's a riddle. I should have brought the pattern. So it basically, it doesn't have a pattern. It has like a code for each line. It's 6 lines and it's on a piece of banding. I'll show you the back of it because I want to save it for the front for the big reveal. So it was a little banding. I was like, oh, that's so exciting. So it's a secret message. And I don't know if you know this about me, but counting is not my wheelhouse necessarily. I love counted cross stitch. I have to pull out a lot because I don't count properly or I have to recount. Anyway, I think you might see where this is going. So I got to the 5th line completed of the 6 lines. And I couldn't figure out what it was saying. So I was like, I might have made a mistake. So I took a piece of graph paper out and I did it by graph paper to see if I could figure out what it's supposed to say. And I'm just going to hold this up and see if you can see have you guess first. Are you ready? Do you know what that says? Can you tell? It says, let's dance. Do you see how bad of a counter I am? Do you see? It's horrible. Again, let me hold it up on the piece of paper. That does not say let's dance. We have clearly missed the mark on some of those things. Look at dance. Oh, gee, ay, people. Bad counting. So now that I know what it says, I may or may not do it. I may just take this out and use this banding for something cute. Something else that's cuter. Who knows? Buster's currently snoring. I find that entertaining. So, I did not work on Token of Fall again. I don't know what's wrong with me. It's not that I don't love it. It's just that I am kind of addicted to needle in hand. And hey, you just gotta go with whatever you're addicted to. So, here's the picture again. Needle in hand. And here's my progress. Put this behind here so you can kind of see a little better. This way. Nope. I'm using my iPad today so that I could show you my phone. Mostly because I don't want to edit anymore. I'm just running out of space on my iPhone. On my new iPhone. So I've got to continue to figure that out. But anyway, I got the house built, did a couple more things, started up on the leaf a little bit more. So I'm making decent progress. Again, a lot of needle chain color thread changes. So, yeah. The other thing I did was, I don't know if you remember last week when I was talking, I didn't prep this, so I apologize. So you're probably going to see a glare. Remember a Dutch sampler? And I got the fabric out. I'm like, oh, I have the fabric. Oh, no, I don't have the fabric. I only thought I had the fabric. Well, it occurred to me afterwards. The fabric was for a different sampler of Kathy Barrett's design. It's a long and skinny sampler called the Seamstress, maybe? And I can't find the pattern. I bought it on Etsy. It's somewhere. I can't find it. But in my search, I thought I'd show you some other things I have that are not kitted up, but that I would like to do. We all know that I love dachshunds, mostly senior dachshunds. So, look how cute that is, teeny weeny. Isn't that adorable? When I saw this, it opened Pandora's box. Plum Street has a series. A dachshund series. Here's the other one. I mean, hilarious, right? And the other one is jeans and weenies. So it's like a little Americana scene, and they're wearing denim jeans. Hilarious. Speaking of dachshunds wearing clothing, Buster, since we've shaved him a little bit, gave him a little haircut. It's winter. He gets chilly from time to time. So I bought him a new sweater. And he's not wearing it right now, so I'm not going to show you, but I'll just tease it. He's got some new clothes. So I'm not somebody who dresses up my dog. But when he's cold, he legitimately needs a sweater. So might as well be fun and entertaining for me if he has to wear clothes. So this is a gray cable knit sweater, which matches his fur very nicely, with a buffalo shirt, collar, and tail. It's adorable. He's very dapper. One day I will show you. Today's not that day. But wait, I have more. Here's another fun Plum Street sampler that I found. It's called Goat Load. Is that not hilarious? Goat Load. So, there you go. That's all I have for today. Plans for the week. I don't know how much stitching I'll get done today, but I do have hopes and dreams to stitch later tonight. But I'm going to just continue to do what my body says and rest as much as I can rest and let the antibiotics do their thing. And hopefully at the end of the week, I plan on ordering my shelving unit that I was just talking about. So hopefully I can get that going. And maybe order the fabric for my new ironing top. Very excited. YouTube has lots of tutorials on how to make your own ironing board. So I'm going to follow those. And I think that's all, people. I hope you have a great day, great week. Ron, I'm sorry I only said your name once or twice, but I did say your name, so you got to drink a little. So I hope you enjoyed it. For the rest of my many fans, I hope you have a great day and you get to stitch a lot, and I will see you next week. Bye.